Warning! The following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Geoguessr. I am back from a nice little adventure into the mountains of Pennsylvania. Now, it does look like we are in Africa, mainly because this is the African continent that is highlighted in green. I do see what appears to be a .G down here. What could be a letter H. The fact that it's in English, in Africa, with a G, I think we're going for Ghana. Now, this is a diverse world. It is a map by Mapper, and let me tell you guys, I'm glad to be fucking back. I had a great time on vacation. Got to see a lot of things that probably would have killed anyone else. We were in the woods in the middle of Pennsylvania. No running water, electric heat, and we had a fridge. Luckily, we had a fridge. We were basically going old school. The closest shower was like 450 feet away. Closest bathroom, same place. Like, oh man, we were literally out in the country. And all we did was drink and go to breweries. It was fucking great. Also, I went to two breweries. I went to Yingling and I went to Trogs. And I'm sure you guys know what Yingling is. I feel like that's a global beer. Oh, do we go by tuna? Oh no, here's Sawala. But Trogs, maybe not. And so at Trogs, I've had their beers before. I've enjoyed their beers. We're going actually east. We're coming in from this way. We became friends with the tour guide, and the tour guide gave us like beers he wasn't supposed to, because we were like chatting this man up the entire time. We had the knowledge, you know, because we're all beer drinkers. We're all connoisseurs of sorts. Yeah, we're heading in on this eastern road, not too far away from the town markers. Maybe a little bit further back. Maybe like over here. How far in do we have to go? But we were doing great. And like this man like loved us. I think this is this road, so we're probably further back here. Maybe not that far. Maybe like that far. But yeah, we got like extra free samples because the man liked us so much. So, lesson for all of you. Be friendly with people. I'm sure that's, you know, commonplace around the world. Coming from New York, like, we're not friendly to people. It pays to be friendly. We got extra beer out of it. Now, I'm not finding anything in here. There should have been a flag, but we did find the Sawala branch. We knew we were over by here. Interesting. I pinned us on this road because we were heading in kind of east, but it looks like it was more of a northeastern pattern. So this was the actual road we ended up on, which sucks. But we're only 1 point out from victory. 1 point can change, or it's not going to. Alright. This is probably Germany. It would be great to find a website, though. Because just because it looks German doesn't mean we're in Germany. That's number one. Could be Austria. Could be Belgium. Could be Liechtenstein. Could be Luxembourg near the German side. Oh, but blurry houses. No, we're in Germany. We're in Germany. So where in Germany are we? Well, that's probably going to be a $1 million question. Now, we're probably going to struggle. We're not going to probably find it. We have to talk down. That way we do find it, and it's going to be great. And you guys will be like, oh my god, Matt, you fucking did it. Now, here's the German flag right here. It loads, so doesn't necessarily add to anything. But it definitely adds a little bit more confirmation that we're probably in Germany. Fuck. But that's it, man. We got nothing. It's Parkstein. What does this say? Wir strafen was? Something over here is important. The metropolitan area. But then it says Neck. Is there a German place called Neck? Now, not too much happens on the eastern part of Germany. It's mostly the west. The western part is the place you want to guess. Mainly because you have a higher chance of being over in the western part of Germany. I don't know if that sound's even going to help us. Let's throw it over by Munster. It has a cheese named after it. I think it's actually the other way around. No, yeah, it's probably the cheese is named after Munster, Germany. There's something, the Stata. Let's see, Subway's blocking it. Die Beine singen and die Simme tanzt. So dancing and singing, I'm guessing. Billboard would be great. A bus would be better. Train station. High key, best spot to find right now. Which I think we follow this road. I think this might be train tracks right here. It's tough to tell. Germany's very big on privacy. So a lot of the things that are probably going to be useful might be blurred out. We got to remember that. So they're building a new thing here. There should be a... So there's... End of 2008? How old is this fucking coverage? In Mannheim? Mannheim? Probably Mannheim. Which would be down here. We found Mannheim. I think it says a borough of Mannheim. Which means we're not actually... Holy fuck, they're just numbers. Well, we're fucked. And we get our 1 point back, so now we have a 4-point lead. Just looking at that, I feel like I have, like, dyslexia right now. I don't, but being bum rushed by a bunch of letters and numbers just threw me off. I was not expecting that. But we end up being 1 mile off, which is actually really good. And we're fucked. Alright, we have just middle line, yellow license plates, right-hand side of the road. Sun appears to be towards our south, generally. Which means we're in the northern hemisphere. I'm thinking Nordic. And that looks German again, doesn't it? Bettenberg, Abweiler. However, I don't think it's Germany. I think our best bet might be Belgium. Or France. I'm terrible. I'm a terrible person. That looks like it has the eagle. No, I'm just stupid. Yellow line. Ooh. Luxembourg, right there. Which, I guess, makes sense. Now, Luxembourg isn't that big. We should be able to go back here and be able to kind of triangulate our position. We have Bettenberg, which is 6. We have Le Doulange, which is 1. So those are 2. Here's Bettenberg. It's going to be 6 kilometers to our south. Here's Le Doulange, which is 1 kilometer to our north. So we... but that's A4 and this is 163. So I think we're on the 163, which is right here. So here's 163. We're probably heading towards A4, which is going to be north of us. So this is probably the road we're actually on. Can we find a street sign? No. But Pont Pierre, this is 169. Hold on. So we are currently right here. Return to start. Fuck. We went west on 169. And it's right around this curve. So it's like here. I think that's a good spot. I think it's a good spot. I believe it is. So, because here, ready? 169 this way, right? 163 right and left from here and here. So here's 169, here's 163, and then going north, A4. If you follow this north, here's A4, which is the bridge right here. Now we go back this way after this little curve, right? And then we're here. If we hit return to start, at the next little curve. Maybe we're actually on the curve a little bit. Maybe we're like right here. But I think this is like 1 point off or a perfect score. I'm hoping it's the perfect score. We end up getting the perfect score. You guys end up a little further south. Still on 163. But we were, I don't even know. I wouldn't call that luck. I would call that skill. We were able to find it pretty easily. When we did mention what we could be, I did say Belgium, France, Germany, maybe Luxembourg. So we did have the triangulation, and then we were able to find these cities rather easily because Luxembourg is rather small. What is it? It's like 20 miles by like 30 miles. Small country. I'm glad we were able to get a perfect score now. At least we know Luxembourg exists now. Okay. Middle of the woods. Chateau Claudia. I didn't want to say South America, but we might be in South America. Now, to give you some context, this felt like the state park if none of these buildings existed and the closest town was 10 miles away. Like, it was pretty desolate. And these houses were 4 or 5 times the size of the cabin we stayed in. We literally had a kitchen and a bedroom with 2 bunk beds. It was bad. It was bad. We got mountains. Do we go Italy or Switzerland? Or do we stick with our gut? Because as of right now, our gut's telling us to move it. So I'm thinking we're going to move it. It doesn't feel like South America anymore. The sun is to our south, so we got to be in the north. And it kind of feels like you'd see this on like a slope somewhere in like the Swiss Alps. We do have this, but I can't make out what it is. And if we get closer, it's an EC, an ES, EE, EU. I can't make it out. If it's ES, that's Estonia. And I gotta say, I don't feel like this is Estonia. No, ES is Spain. Holy fuck, I'm stupid. This is not Spain. I can almost guarantee it's not Spain. So maybe it's an EC. Maybe it's EC. It's probably not Estonia. I am probably losing my goddamn mind. Oh my god. No. No. We're... Fuck. God damn it. We need to find something else. We need to find anything else. Doesn't help. Is Estonia mountainous? We don't know anything about Estonia. We know what their flag looks like. If we could find their flag, it could help us. But if we find a flag and it's not Estonia, I'm not going to know what to do. This is not okay. This is not okay. Fuck, man. God damn it. Alright, well, we got 30 seconds. We have a 13-point lead that's about to be blown right here. It started off so good, guys. It really did. It really started off one of our best diverse world seeds ever. And we're throwing it. We're fucking throwing it. Unintentionally, but we're throwing it. God damn it. If we have a good guess in Estonia and we're still in the game, thank fucking Christ. EU played, so we know we gotta be in Europe. I don't think it's Spain. It doesn't feel like Spain. It doesn't feel like Estonia. Ends up being Slovakia. So what was the E then? Because Slovakia doesn't have an E, so it might have been an EU. And if that's the case, then wouldn't have helped us to begin with. We struggled on that location specifically. I'm really not surprised. We don't really do too well when it comes to Slovenia, Slovakia, or even the Baltic area. It's kind of there, as you could tell from that. Alright, another European site. White divider lines. Sun certainly in our south. Feels a little different than that Slovakia one. This definitely feels like it could be Spain or Italy. But we got a nice blur covering this sign here. So we don't even get a first good look at a language. It's probably the name of the town we're entering, which, if we would have seen an accent, could have helped us. Kind of plain housing. Yellow back license plates. No real language. Nothing. No flags. No street writings. Some nice stained glass. This is probably a wealthy area. Well, a wealthy house, a wealthy man, wealthy family. Doesn't really matter. Okay, here we go. Bayern, Kanash, on Oberdoven, Wormeldange. Now, Bayern sounds like a Germany soccer team. I think it's Bayern Munich. But there's no real anything. There's no accent. So, there's a good chance we're either in Belgium or Amsterdam. We already lost, right? So let's take a fucking chance. These are rather small. They're 9 kilometers, 4, 6, 5, and 9. Probably not gonna be able to find them unless we zoom in really far. You never find anything anyways. I mean, we were lucky today. I don't think we're gonna get any more lucky. There is a chance that it's still in Germany. Not everywhere in Germany will have an accent on a name. You can look even over here and see that. But fuck, man. The Bayern. I think the one that's Munich soccer team is Bayren. And just because the letter off doesn't mean anything, it still very well could be Germany. And I could be wrong here. It may not even be Bayern Munich. But I'm pretty sure it's that, you know? But this doesn't feel like we're this close in Germany. It honestly feels like it's either Belgium or the Netherlands. We do have a website that has nothing of great interest on it, although that doesn't look very German. It looks pretty French. That also looks pretty French. So we would probably be towards the south, over by the border between Belgium and France. It very well could be Luxembourg again. And it ends up being Luxembourg again. Here's Betzdorf. Now Bayern, here's Bayern right down here. Not terrible, not great. We would have lost anyway because of this. You guys did fucking great. But that Slovakia really did throw us. But this is supposed to be a diverse world. And look how close. We had 4 locations pretty much on the same latitude. Pretty much. Obviously they're not, but 2 in Luxembourg, 1 in Germany, and 1 in Slovakia. This is like real fucking close to each other. And then obviously our Ghana location. I don't know, man. Maybe we retire this because it's always European. I mean, it's not always European, but we get a lot in Europe. And I feel like Debre's Balanced World definitely does showcase a little bit more all over the place. And it definitely makes us have to change our mindset, and we can't just be like, oh, we're probably in Europe. Middle of Europe, 2,000 points, you know? We need to worry about that. We need to worry about getting a score up. Let's check out the full results. You guys have had almost a whole week. Not even, it's like 4 days. To play this. Coming in first place, 59. Followed by Benedict Schwanker, who's not too far behind. Only about 400, maybe 350. Theodore T, Torres Baddick, myself. And then Screenshot the World, who no longer has the camera photo. Ooh. Ooh. Not bad. A lot of high scores. A lot of really, really big scores. I'm thinking, it looks like I'm probably the only one who didn't get Slovakia. Well, not the only one, but I had the worst guess in Slovakia. So I probably missed something big, which would have helped us, I guess, break the 24,000 point barrier. We would have probably got around like 24.5, like Benedict. Overall, though, it was a pretty easy-going game. We were able to find clues pretty much everywhere, except for one round. And then that second Luxembourg, we didn't find anything, but it did look French, and it had some German-sounding places. So we should have been able to piece 2 and 2 together. We went with the southern part of Belgium, which wasn't a bad guess, but it wasn't the guess we needed. But that is going to be where we call it for the day. Thank you all so much for being here. I do hope you all enjoyed, and we will see you all live on Twitch tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. I do look forward to seeing you guys all there. Have a good rest of your day, and bye-bye.